All right, cool. And then you can put it up here in Jumbotron. I'm here with Alpha. Papa says, hello, Papa's wage. What's down there? Dark, something with dark, but then turned upside down. Is that like a sheep? It's a All right, dark cool. Night. And then you can look. I want to follow people, but I don't know what happened, you guys. I've been seriously pissed off most of the day with X because I updated that app. I cannot see anymore who I liked or commented on before. It doesn't show me, and I cannot follow anybody because it gives me that I have the max amount. But I only followed one person, and the second
That's
person that I
weird.
wanted to follow in the day, hours later, I couldn't. So I don't know what the hell is wrong. I logged out, logged back in, right? Did all the usual trickery. But at one point, I just gave up. I was like, this is now taking a lot of my time. Elon, I'm paying Premium Plus. You hear me? Yes. Absolutely. This is just ridiculous. I cannot see who commented. I have my notifications for the usual people that I have my notice on for. The notice won't come through, it won't notify me. And so I was like, all right, let me go to their pages and she'll check, maybe unnotified and notify again. Maybe that will do it. But no, also no. So I'm like, seriously glitching. I was a little bit concerned about opening the space. So I was like, maybe that's not even going to work, but we're here. Um, yeah, my mouse is. I got a new one because the middle thing was stuck. It started clicking. I just have like glitchy Friday. The tech's not teching for me, but at least the charts are up. The trades are up. I see you, Dark Knight. Want to come on stage? I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a chance to come on stage. But first, before we start talking, we're gonna look at this market, right? We're gonna look at this market because we want to know if anything will be pumping. So I'm gonna look at some volume. I'm gonna look at Bitcoin. Gonna look at the dominance to see what's up and what we can expect over the weekend, right? So Bitcoin is really holding price well. I kind of expected it to, even though I see now like a pretty much around the top forming on that hourly, which it holds. It's holding that 55 EMA moving average that I have on there. RSI looks cool, but the 2 hour doesn't. So it might be retouching a little lower before we go up again. Don't know if that's going to happen over the weekend or with time. Is timing the market pretty difficult, right? So we can know possibly where it's going, right? But when is what we're looking for then. But that daily looks so sweet. That golden cross is really giving us a lift. We've been waiting to flash green on the daily. We took it, right? On the larger time frames, longer time frames, we're already there. That weekly golden cross, usually when that happens, usually we make another all-time high. It's just that the daily looks so freaking top to me. So I stand with what I said before, 35% for another all-time high. I need to see some other things for me to up that likelihood to 60, 70, 80%. Now I have an indicator that will do it. I know when it will do it, and it will do it when we took a serious level of when we hold a floor on 101. Now I know that we're above there right now, right? But I'm looking for some retouching. I need to see something retouch for a little bumpy and a runny. I need to see that fold out on the daily, basically, because on the daily we have. I don't see a stretch for another all-time high. I got to see that on the daily. So that's what that is. SUI is already doing a little bit of a tracement, but that was pumping so quickly yesterday. I mean, for a layer one, almost 20%. That's huge. And the ecosystem was pumping, and the ecosystem is now doing just the same as SUI did, a little bit of retracing here and there. Honorable mention for hybrid token that we called, was it a week and a half in our space? Yep, hybrid token did a 40%, now back at 33%, right? I've been keeping my eye on that one low cap possible gem there. I bought once, sold when it pumped. Now it pumped again. We see some tokens a little retracing, like TARS AI. I called that one last week. Yeah, but it did almost 50% pump. Everything that pumps 50% will always have a little bit of a retrace. It's never going to come back to old price again if Bitcoin behaves. Right? But it does. Yeah, people take profit, cools down a little bit, and that's all great because these RSIs tend to, bang against ceilings. They need to come down, but it only came down like what, 10%? Not even. So, uh, you know, uh, just leveraging some there. Let's look at the dominance because that dropped a little, 1%, while Bitcoin was pumpy. So that means there is money flowing into the system, right? That's when that happens. So dominance falling, Bitcoin pumping, alts rally, right? That is the rule. And the harder that dominance drops, the harder they will rally. And that's why we call that alt season. Now, I know a lot of people saying about alt season. There's also that banana theory. They call it the banana theory, guys, because it makes like that banana shape. And some people say that that is in the market. So we're back at 63.8, coming from 65 and a half. That's not a whole lot of drop, but the effects are already dramatic, especially when Bitcoin pumps and it drops. Alts get to rally. This is what proves that right. That's how the dominance cycle actually works. But a lot of people are calling for that alt rally, and though it was a little bit dramatic, and the alts will rally, I don't think it's going to be alt season. I think we're going to get some relief before we go that dominance creeps up again. And it's a very unpopular opinion, even though on the weekly there's this death cross down, and they're not expecting the dominance to rise that high this time because there's more tokens in the market. So Bitcoin is going to take less of the dominance every time, every cycle. And I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see over there. That that movement on the dominance chart looks not like a coin. It's very, very different to look at, right? So I'm not convinced that it's going to drop 20%, which would result in fabulous, crazy alt season. But I still would be disappointed if that only happened at 102 or 105 Bitcoin. I like to see Bitcoin being 170K or something. And then all that money floods the market. Then we're
That
going
would
to
be
have a lot of fun,
insane.
right? That would be sick. I mean, I've not been through a 3-year, 4-year bear cycle to come up with here and then, right? So the fourth hour on that dominance chart actually looks like trend is going to go back up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Also, see where that falls and where it gets that support on that 63. That's yeah. That's a wider support, right? Why? Because it also corresponds, if you then zoom out again on the daily, it also corresponds with that wave before that. So there's a stronger, a little bit of support. Of course, it did come out of that range. We were expecting alt season already in November when the dominance dropped almost 10%. And that caused like a big rally in the alts. Yeah. So, yeah, let's look at some volume, you guys. I'm, yeah, yeah. 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 Yes, but it was a relief rally, not alt season. So alt season is when Bitcoin usually that corresponds with Bitcoin being topped out. That's why I'm saying if alt season would be happening right now, I would be disappointed because that also means then the top is in for Bitcoin, and I just don't see that. So yeah, let's look at some volume, some volume. Let's go in here. I've been stuck in an AMA for an hour. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah. No, it's in the TGs. In the TG. All right, let's look at some volume on the biddy, on the itty bitty coin. It's going to provide for all of us. All right, so volume dropping a little bit, right? It was like a booming 60 something a couple of days ago. Now the volume, we can see that the volume is out, right? Because it just like hovers there a little bit in the space. Today, right now, the 24-hour volume was 44.6 billion, still very decent. Let's have a look at ETH. Everybody's saying that ETH is bearish. You're so wrong because ETH is still number two. It still has the most volume after Bitcoin. Actually, actually, yes, ETH is gonna almost outperform in volume. ETH is right now, normally it's half of the volume of Bitcoin. Right now it's 38.8 billion. So only 6 billion away from Biddy, right? Let's look at Solana. Should we ape on Solana? Let's check. Decent. Yes. Now Solana is 7.8 billion, which would give us a little bit of aping perspective. I mean, if we would have, yeah, if I would have said like, oh, it's the weather, it would be cloudy with regular temperatures. I'm not, we're not hot
I
on the
think
beach.
that's the perfect way to sum it up.
Yeah, right. I'm just talking about volume now. So the daily volume. So volume is in and out, right? And selling, buying is all volume. And then I want to look at SUI because I think that dropped a little bit. Normally it's half of Solana and now 3 billion. Yes, right, a little bit under the half line there. So nothing unexpected besides ETH. ETH is doing its own rally. 38 billion, only 6 billion away from the volume of Bitcoin. That is huge, right? That is huge. And so, people that trade Bitcoin taking profits, they're going to trade ETH. Yes, and everybody was being bearish on ETH unnecessarily. So it's still the number two. Will still get traded. Big money loves stability, right? So for us degens, birds, for us degens, it's kind of like, yeah, well, when it's market cap 50 mil, how much more can it do, right? That's what a degen would think. But people with big money do not ape under 50 million or 100 million because that's too volatile, too risky. That's why. So there's buyers for 500K market cap. There's buyers at 5 mil. There's buyers for 10, 50, 100. There's buyers for 2 billies, for 10 billies. So don't project your own experience and thoughts around that onto the market, right? Like people tend to do with Ethereum. It's like, no, it's still the number two. Big money loves history of a chart, stability in trading, right? So, yeah. And then there's the tech that has been um, worked upon for years. So, this is not something you're just going to throw away and sideline. And so, look, is there massive upside potential for us if you have like a $500 bag? Would you then just trade Ethereum? You could, but the upside potential is very narrow there, right? So, yeah, You would may want it for some stability, to add some stability to your portfolio there. But yeah, definitely not everything in ETH for me, right? Just the upside potential of Ethereum in comparison to Solana, or even comparison to SUI. It's like, yeah, I know where I then choose to go with a smaller bag. So yeah, let's look at Solana then. Holding price well. And then I'm thinking of Lamb. Actually, I looked at twice at the price of Solana today, and I was thinking about you, Lamb, with the long, with the longy long out, right? Uh, Crazy, doing very well. That trade is a banger. Yes, I do see it being topped out now in the 4th hour, and that wasn't showing that this morning. And the 2 hour looks a little bit of a cook as well. Let's look at the lower time frame, see what's happening there. Yeah, I still don't think it's gonna lose much. I still don't think it's gonna lose much at all. I think we're gonna look at the day, see where we actually actually what were we saying this morning about that wick? 176. Where did that wick go? We called it this morning, 176, Lamb. Are you watching this with me? We were looking at that daily and we were seeing those wicks, and I was saying it's going to land on that previous little wave, just at the bottom of the wicks of that bigger wave. Right? Yep, that where it hits. 176. It did a wake up there today. I'm so happy when I look at these things and I'm right. Yay. So yeah. Yeah, see these when you look on the daily and you see when you condense the chart. No, it was October. No, it's that October 28th. That wick. It wanted to go there. Not that wick, the body of the candle. I was going to look for the bodies of the candles, and that corresponded with these wicks that you see, the selling wicks, right? On December, and one again on the 12th of January. And so when I price targeted it, I'm looking for these things where these zones where there were sellers and these zones where the floor was bought up initially. Because usually, mm, it sometimes wants to, sometimes your resistance in recovering ground on the way up, right? Getting back your support, it often starts at these candles. Because if you look at that candle where that mouth of that pump was, we call that the mouth, right? It corresponds with that wick, right? A little humpy and then rip. That humpy, that humpy is always so important. Um, Also in Elliott waves, these are important, right? So yeah, we called it this morning. That wick, so nice. And if I was trading that on the long, that would have been my target. And then you trade on the wick. You trade on the wick, you get max gains. Trading on the wick. All right. Well, yeah. Do you have any other tickets you want to look at right now in the bigger alt region? Oh yeah, SUI. Let's have a look. We have SUI in our thing, so let's go look at SUI. Shui, shui. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's look at SUI. Shui, shui, shui. Yeah. Yes. Lots of love for Millie because it really takes a grind, you guys, right? Millie only had one pump before in September, but he launched way before that, so it was kind of like on there with nothing around you, right? And that takes some so discouraging. You don't want to know because we know how it feels in the band. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. You're not even getting paid, right? It's a lot of work, and it's in the bear, and through summer and through winters like we had last winter, and then you gotta, yeah, maintain your ethic in working on it, and that takes a lot determination. It takes a lot of grit. Because I know with Nami and Axel had to go through that, Lofi had to go through that, all the big tokens had to go through that, and it's nice that you can be in a space together, right? And talk to each other. But if you don't have that, you got to stay bullish on your own. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. So I love Millie for that, and of course, very much mom and pop shop there, right? Yeah, yeah. Dr. Ari is doing toilet. Yeah, yeah. Squirt. Haven't seen Squirt. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hydro pump. Yeah. But the thing is that I never seen Squirt in spaces. So when I'm mentioning tickers, I heard Lofi speak, right? I heard Hippo speak. I heard the founders speak. From Axel, Keith from Axel, right? Chop Sui, Dr. Ari from Toilet, right? Sui Preem, right? It's a lot of doctors, by the way, over there that have meme tokens. Crazy. Yeah, Keith is an actual doctor. Yes. Sometimes we were in the space and he's like, all right, I got to do a patient now. I'll be right back. It's like, all right. No, 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 no. Actual medical doctors. Yeah. And from Sui Prim is a physician. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. 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 So, so these are the ones that I know. I know the founders, right? Now, that doesn't say Millie, of course, right? That doesn't say all. Oh, Megalodon on Sui. I met in spaces too. Yeah. So that doesn't say a whole lot, but at least it's something that they would dox this way, right? And talk to people and be in spaces, answer questions. Now, these are, of course, meme tokens. So they're volatile. And the teams are doing their best. The founders are doing their best. But when Sui is retracing, of course, you can expect retracement. Deep is retracing, Walrus is retracing, and that's just because Sui is retracing. So take a deep breather, step back, because yeah, well, yeah, yeah, yes, get your that in your mind. And I purchased some more deep. I added to my bag again because these dips are for me. I just keep adding. Yeah, yes, that one can rip so hard. It's also deflationary, you guys. Deep. So yeah, 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 yeah. Certainly. Yep, yep. So we'll wait. I'm waiting for that one to do some poppy. Just remember, Sui is a younger chain. It's more volatile, and and they got to prove themselves still. The chart is has doesn't have history enough. Yes. Yes. Yeah, Solana feels to me like I'm walking around with my daily earnings to do some back alley. It's dimly lit, and I can get robbed at any moment. Yeah, but that's kind of the appeal from Solana too, right? No shade, no shade. Sui is different, so I'm just hodling hard on Sui. I don't care. I know it doesn't have all that volume that's coming for Sui is coming just for what, a handful of tokens in comparison. Even though, yeah, even though the volume on Ethereum is 44 billies, there's thousands of tokens, thousands, right, on Ethereum. Pepe does really well. Also, some alpha here. When Pepe does well, Pepe 2 moves too. At the same time. Okay, so here's what happens, right? So Pepe got launched, did that ugly rally. Everything in the media was like on social media, TikTok is like all these Pepe millionaires, just like the Shiba millionaires at the time, right? All that news came out. And in that hype, Pepe 2 launched, and they were the narrative there is your second chance. You missed Pepe? Here's Pepe 2, right? It actually rallied hard. I think it hit like also like 130, 100, anywhere 130, 145 something market cap millis. Didn't do bad at all, considering it was launched in June, right before summer, and rallied actually into July. And so not bad at all. It also has its KuCoin listing, Big Cat listed. It has a few listings. I did four big. Yeah, that's the yellow Pepe. Yeah, the yellow Pepe, Pepe number 2. Yeah. So on chain, it's on ETH, but you can get it on your regular exchange as well. I think it still needs Binance and Kraken or something like that. But I did four really big trades on that one because I used to hold Pepe, and then I thought I put those underneath each other. And every time Pepe was pumping, Pepe 2 was pumping. I was like, what am I doing? Market cap of Pepe 2 is more juicy. I'll just go here. Right. And yeah, just went there. And it did, for me, it did 14, 15x 4 times. Yes. It was actually my, and nobody believed. And I was posting about Pepe 2. I was like, that coin is dead. It's never going to do. I'm like, I'm buying floor. Keep fighting. Yes. Keep fighting. Right. Keep doing it. I'm like what I'm seeing. I know what I'm seeing. So, am I going in with all my, got to pay attention. Put it on your watch list. Put Pepe on your watch list too and put them next to each other and you know what's up, right? Because Pepe is a first runner for the memes. It's a blue chip meme. So, when Bitcoin pumps, whenever it pumps, dominance, no dominance, Pepe is pumping with. And that just tells you there's a lot of the same money, right? It's like the Bitcoin for the memes at this point. That's how hard it pumps. I've yet to see Doge or Sheep do the same thing, even though they're older than Pepe. So, I mean, bullish on Doge. It's up 3%. Pepe did 20% today. It's now retracing a little bit again. And then Pepe 2 did. Let's see what Pepe 2 did. Check that. Pepe 2. Come on. No. My measuring tool. And then Pepe 2 did 21% today. See how this works? So yeah, just some alpha there for PEPE tokens. So PEPE 2 was the narrative, second chance on PEPE, etc., right? Very low market cap, very volatile. Also trade on these. I wouldn't trade futures on this though. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a little gem. So I still think it is, right? And if you see on the daily how hard it can pump. So even on the 2nd of March, and I checked because there wasn't any news, in that one day, it pumped like almost 60%, right? Let's see. Let's go to November. I moves that it made in November is to give you a slight indication. No, it did. Yeah, it did on November. Yes, 8 to 14. It did 122% in in a couple of days, right? So hefty pump. Yeah, yeah. So these are. I would not future it though, because it's too low market cap to put a future on it. No futures on low market cap means, you guys, the exchange will liquidate you on your longs. Yeah, yeah, ridiculous. So the year in the beginning of the 24, I did my last trade on it, and it pumped 11, one and a one point. Oh, my glasses! What is going on here? What's this number? It's in the middle of my indicator, so it's like I need to. All right, yeah, 1,138% in 3 days. Yeah, yeah, that thing can pump like nothing else. Yeah, insane. So yeah, that's just on the daily. You look on these dailies, ridiculous, pump really hard. Um, yeah, so bullish on these things. Just don't do futures on it, right? Because you're thinking this is a perfect entry. It can all look perfect, but I've had this happen before because I future trade a lot. But I never future trade memes low cap because the exchange, and this is just, you know, me tossing shade on the exchange. Then I get it. They can do it, so why won't they? But as soon as you put in your long, the market cap is so low that the exchange can sell, liquidate the longs. See, so they don't have to pay out because it's low market cap, so they can do that. They cannot do that with Ethereum without selling all of their freaking supply, but they can do that with small caps, right? Yeah, yeah, right. And I just seen it happen too many times where the trade was looking absolutely fabulous, and then there was this boom, that wick that took out all these longs. And I was like, every time that happens, I was like, what is going on here? Yeah, yeah. So is that really happening? I don't have proof, but sus, right? That's just yes, that's so weird that that keeps happening, and yeah, so sus. Yeah, just don't low cap longing, and you can short low cap, right? We do that on Maxi a lot with Solana tokens who get a listing. You go and get these listings, you look, they get a Maxi listing, you put in your short straight up, put 100x short. Mm. You need you need a non KYC, so you have to go to Blowfin in order to leverage trade over there, or look for a decentralized one, which there are many. And if they are, you cannot use that much. They usually have a max of like 20x or 40x. You cannot go all the way because what you do which having a future trade in is that you're actually borrowing, right? So usually they don't have enough. Feel me? So decentralized, that's very hard. I don't know if you can trade max in the United States. I can here in Europe. Uh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah. Well, blowfin would be so not bluefin because bluefin is on SUI. Is also you can also future trade on bluefin, but blowfin is an exchange and it's non KYC. Yeah. Yes.
Hey, Wild, what's up?
What's
What's up,
up,
guys?
papas? Oh yeah, let's go to the audience library. We've been talking for an awful long time, and I'm tired of listening.
Truth, what's up, Truth?
Yo,
What's
yo,
up,
Wilder, what's
Dave,
up?
Binko, everyone, all the beanies.
Oh my God,
Ye,
is that
dude,
who
I
I
just
think
did
it
a
is?
workout to your analysis. I swear. Now I'm back in the car picking up my daughter. I
How
I
you
ran that
doing?
Peloton fucking hard.
This your
What's
new
that?
account.
Dude, I got suspended. The Alchemist one got suspended.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a while back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, here I go again. Like a child. I'm like, pick up the
Yeah.
toys. Yeah.
Oh,
So
jeez.
you got suspended too, right? Your previous account.
Yes. No, not suspended. I got
Okay.
hacked.
Oh, you got okay. That's worse.
Yeah, but
That's more personal.
I couldn't take. I couldn't get anybody on Twitter that was a real human,
Yeah.
and it took me months. And they were supposed to do like an investigation, but it never happened. At one point, I was like,
Shit.
you know what? I'm gonna move on because this is just too
Dude,
much.
similar thing except without the hack. I was writing to these robots. I'm like, guys, what the fuck? I'm like, what? You violated the policy. Like, which fucking policy? And the only thing I had was like I had one post. It was discussing Trump and Kamala. Obviously, I'm not American, but I'm full in politics. So maybe I got reported because there was a post by Polymarket back in the day, like pre-election. It showed that Kamala was leading. She had like 63%, and I said, guys, stop the bullshit. It's not possible. And then I got fucking attacked by the. I'm not gonna offend anyone, hopefully, but all the lefties, and I was just like throwing stuff back. So I'm assuming maybe that's the reason they fucking mass reported me. And
That could very well be. That could very
uh,
well be. Yeah, yeah.
freedom of speech.
Yes, right. That's how far that goes. That's crazy.
Uh,
But I'm glad you're back in the space. I get to talk to you. That's been a long time. How you
it's
been
been
doing?
good, good. Yeah, I was in Amsterdam a few weeks back.
Oh,
Yeah, I sent
beautiful
it in
weather.
our chicken nuggets Illuminati group, and yeah, I was there
Yes.
for a few days. Then I went to Rotterdam, had a big conference there, and then yeah, back home now, enjoying. All good.
Guess who is in the MMKK now?
Who you are?
Yeah.
Yo, so you're gonna drop all that alpha,
Well, it
dude? I
goes
got
on.
kicked from MMKK because they put me in, and they're
Yeah.
like, "Yo, share alpha." I shared some random
You were like
CA.
vegan in there. Share
I was
alpha.
like, yeah, I shared such a random CA, and then this guy comes up to me. He's like,
Can't
we
do
need to
that.
talk. And he
That's
called me. The guy called me. He was like a Finnish guy,
yeah,
and I'm like, what's up? He's like, dude, what the fuck did you share? I'm like, dude, you said share alpha. This was alpha for the second.
yeah,
He's like, that shit's a rug. I'm like, well, maybe I don't fucking know. I didn't look.
yeah. But
Yeah.
this was not a private group with Sheila
No,
Ticker,
no.
right? Like in the Nuggets.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
all degen.
yeah.
That's
I'll
all
teach
degen.
it. I'll teach
Yeah.
it every
I
day. Now
hope you're
this
doing
is
good too. I heard the birds. I heard your daughter
yeah,
speak to you a few days ago, so I know she's doing good. That's great.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing well. Yes, yes, doing better, better and better and better. Yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful. Great.
yeah.
I haven't seen Wook in a while, but I guess he's on
Wook
his
is doing real life stuff, and
nice.
he's good. He's good, and
Nice.
he's working on things. Yeah, so he's
Yeah, I
doing.
don't want to hijack the stage, guys. So like, let's keep the alpha thing going. Just want to say hi.
Yeah.
That's why I
Well,
connected.
it's
I'm gonna go
great to
back down
hear
to
your
listen.
voice, Alchemist. I'm just gonna continue.
Likewise.
I don't see that Dark Knight thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Everything else
exactly,
is
right.
me.
Yeah, well, what is that? What is that?
That was
All right,
just-
guys.
You know what you need is a wizard hat, like a wizard dojanol.
Dude, 50 grand. Was it 50 grand or was it 50,000? I was like, well, it was $10,000, right, for that thing? It just got sold, I saw.
Yeah,
You can jump
but
on the beanies, bro. Beanies are better, and they're gonna end up being more expensive. Trust
Oh,
me.
beanies
yeah,
are
I
good
love that.
too.
I love the
Yeah,
competition
it's the
there, right?
beginning now.
Yes, the beanies are really. I see them hustling on the timeline. Not gonna lie.
But you know, if I get one, I'm flipping it upside down.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah?
You'll be the upside down dog. You'll be
Yeah.
what's up, dog.
What's
Call
exactly?
yourself what's
Yeah,
up.
that's a good one for sure. All right, guys. I'm gonna step down as a listener. It was great catching up, and
Yeah,
that, sure
thank you for
show that alpha. Exactly.
alpha alpha.
Wild. I had a question for
Yes,
you
yes.
about SUI. So I'm trying to, I was buying a bunch of SUI on Coinbase, but now I want to take it out of there slowly. So I don't really know what wallet to use, Haven't really ever had any SUI.
You can have a Phantom can have SUI.
Oh, Phantom?
Yes.
Really? Phantom?
Separate. Yeah. Slush is the old SUI wallet. It changed to Slush, and it's the wallet from Miston Labs, right? So it's the wallet that belongs for to SUI. The OG wallet is Slush. So you can use Slush, open a Slush wallet. But if you are saying like, hey, I don't want to have all these different wallets, then you can just use Phantom as well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna download the slush one out here because I want to have separate.
Yeah, then the Slush.
Yeah, yeah, all the stuff. Yeah.
I like it. It's simple. No, but yeah. And sometimes when a token is not verified, it's hard to get verified on SUI. That's something that I have to admit is bearish, right? That's the only thing that we walked up against after. First of all, it was hard to find out how TF we needed to get verified in SUI wallet slush, right? And after 3 weeks of digging in the Discord, I finally found a conversation of the year before with a Google document to do it in, right? And I was like, this is kind of bullshit. I have to go to all of this hustle. And you fill it in, fill it in again, fill it in again. It's and
Wild. By the way, thank you so much for Sui because we were talking like 3 weeks ago, and
yes,
when we hung up, I'm like, she always says about Sui.
yeah,
Let me just. And then I checked it like 2 weeks after, and it was like 370. I'm like, oh my god, that's a
yeah,
good play.
yeah, yeah. Sui's a good change. Yeah. Well, I am gonna have to be for straight up a year and a half. I've been talking about Sui, and everybody was like, "What's this?" And I'm like, "Look, yeah, yeah." When people echo it back to you, right? But in the beginning, there's not many people echoing that sentiment back. But I just saw a few things because I really paid attention to Solana last bull run. I was like, "Huh," because I missed it, and simply because I wasn't looking into the tech. I wasn't looking at all of these things. I was just doing trades, right? I was like, "Huh, what happened there?" Right? And so I took note, and then yeah. Well, first of all, I was kind of well. Well, Solana was $1 once, right? So there's that. I faded that. Yeah, yeah, because it wasn't on my radar, and I yeah, could have, should have, would have, but nevertheless, I mean, everything works out perfect for me. So even though I missed the train, I will catch then the next if I know what to look for. Yeah, so so I was paying attention. I was paying attention to SEI. I think Alchemist knows I was talking about SEI at the time too, and it
Sui?
I'm on that one as well. I like it.
SEI, and
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah, that one. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
By
Uh,
Fox. Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
I talked about these two new layer ones, one being the EVM compatible and the one having its own coding language, Move, right? And that's SUI. And then I started to see that they were gaining a lot of traction with their venture capital. And then I started to research a little bit and was like, oh, that's the same as Solana, that backed Solana last bull run. Okay, let me pay some more attention, right? And then you get to learn more and more and more. And so DCing into that one was for me like a total no brainer, right? I mean, at 50 cents SUI, I mean, 50 cents on that market cap for a layer one is a steal to begin with, right? So even if it sucks, it will do a 10x yeah, in an alt season. So there is that, but I think this one can do more. I think it will be one of the golden touched ones for, the blessed ones for the bull run. I really am convinced. I'm very curious about Monad, though, very curious, because that is going to be the new bomb being fired, I think. It has all the hallmarks of it. So you see and watch when it gets to the mainnet. So, Alchemist, maybe if you're late to the party,
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
waving their hands so far. Go to Monad website, start milking the faucet titty for some
Okay, you
for
got
some.
you DM that to me, like whatever you just said. Now I'm gonna post them.
Yeah,
So what
talk
is it? Mona?
talk Dejan to me.
Yeah, talk DJ. Yeah. Put that fist up. Put that fist up.
Monad, right? MONAD.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, that XYC. It's the
Oh,
it's
that
a
guy. Yeah, yeah. Mona. Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
no.
I have it.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
Yes, and you could also do free mints, right? Because this is a test net, so everything gets tested. You can do some test meme coins. You can ape, right? You can. I actually, me or Tick and I should say, want to launch a test token on there on the test net, and I thought it was fun to do it all in spaces together, and we all, yeah, and we all ape with our test net monad,
that's
so
awesome,
cost you nothing, right?
dude. I love going into spaces and getting alpha.
Yeah.
For sure. 100%. Yeah, that's how it always happens, right? And you're
Yeah.
like, fuck. Exactly. And then you're like, dude, I would have done this and that. Like, yeah, sure.
Not me. And you know me. I'm always on the hunt, right? For
Yes.
the next green fields, the next boom town.
Dude, I have a feeling your birds are like better traders than I am, to be honest. They hear all the alpha.
Here, all the alpha, all the time.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But
great.
yeah, what is
Good.
so special then about Monad? Well, then SUI is so special and so fast and so cheap because it does that parallel scaling to the blockchain. So it lines up information, pushes it through the block, while every other chain is still lining it up linear, so in a line, and then one by one got to go to the blockchain. That takes much more transaction time, and it takes much more fees, right, to do that. So that's why SUI is so fast, 4 times faster than Solana and cheaper than Solana. But Monad now, but it has its own coding language, right? It doesn't use Solidity, it uses Move. And it does a good job of training devs and stuff to use Move language. And Move language, SUI Move, is simplified Rust, you could call it. And so it's simpler, and they're doing a good job educating. Sure, sure. But 80% of the crypto developers still code in Solidity. So what now is so special about that Monad, what I find so bullish about it, is actually they're doing that parallel scaling with EVM compatibility. And I think it's the first one. I have to research that if there's another one that's trying to be bullish like that. But it's the only one that has, again, also Circle as a venture capital, just like SUI, just like Solana had, right? So now I'm seeing parallel scaling, EVM compatible, bullish, right? And I see they share some venture capitals with these other very much promising and running. And then it's like, all right, bullish. So how much bullish points can we gather? Um, with that said, it's still in testnet, right? Still in testnet. So if they fuck up, then all for nothing. But it doesn't look like, and of course, the timing of their going main will be something. And so, yeah, that's basically where we're at with that Monad story. But it's yeah, y- yeah, yeah, of course. Mm, yes, compatible. Yeah, yep, yeah. Well, there's a reason why Sui is so bullish with the games, right? With the game console and everything, and you have the console, you're getting airdrops from tokens too, right? I would I would be highly amazed if there wasn't. Also because it's next to nothing on gas fees. Stop cent. Stop cent. Yeah. That's almost for free. Yeah, exactly. Well, usually what younger chains like to do, because look, all this stuff, this parallel scaling is really interesting for the financial world. However, the financial world is not likely to go into business with something that is just started. Who are the ones who always try to take that risk? It's the creative people, it's the gamers, right? Yeah. So that's why usually these layer ones start to focus more on that, because that's the industry that likes to take maybe a little bit more risk there. Even though the technology would also be applicable in the financial area, right? But there isn't. You see that in real life. I always say, like, you see this. You have these areas that are uh, former factory areas or something like that, right? And they're abandoned. And then who goes and be there for, who goes and is there first? It's the artists. They're pulling up, setting the camp there. They're doing the graffiti thing, right? They're making the art and stuff, and then it becomes urban, and then people want to live there because it's so trendy. And the next thing you know, gentrification happens. Big money is buying up land, right? Starbucks coming. There's a hotel there. All of a sudden now the Hilton is there, right? Marriott is there, and then the artists left now because now they lost their special place, not special anymore. So that's the ones on the forefront of all of that are always the creative ones. Well, if they do not, then Starbucks is going to be history. Yeah, that's about it. That's basically how it goes down. Yeah. Yeah, 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 you guys. So much to look at, so much to look forward to. Mm. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, see, but okay, everybody got to forgive me. I cannot reply anymore to my own post. So I can see it, but somehow when I press like, it removes my like. I don't know who I commented on before. Ever since that update, my app is not functioning. It's undoable. All right. Meet the official, earn rewards by taking selfies. Convert to NFT, stake or store with MFT token. All right. Testing. I don't like that. Staking. All right. I'm not interested. No, it doesn't. The network is Scale Europa. What the hell is that? This is not SUI related. No, 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 no. I don't know what this is. Yeah, for because you hear something with water and you're just like, yeah, SUI. Gotta be SUI. It's gotta be SUI. Yeah, but yeah, you guys. No, that's something I don't know what that is. I do not know what that is. But I cannot like the post because as soon as I like it, it removes my like. I just hope that tomorrow everything is fixed with my app because this is just the greatest BS ever. I cannot respond to anybody anymore, not even on my own post. What do you have? There are some groups that, yes, SUI, yes, yeah. Also, SUI insiders, they call them. And a lot of people started doing that early on SUI, and I'm not bullish on any of them. So they are wannabe KOLs. That's why they set up these groups. But if you want to be, then great. But you gotta vet. These people will take money from anything and freaking call anything. If you're pushing a project, gotta vet it, right? You cannot just say like, yeah, and then just post and shit rugs. You cannot do. You're gonna lose face. You're gonna lose reputation in this space, and I've seen personally, like 3 years ago, I saw Jake again going through the same, right? because he started to call a lot of rugs at one point, and all his followers. Yeah, and well, if I'm posting something and I'm aping, I'm like, look, total degen. I'm aping. Absolutely, this is. I don't see there's a future for this at all. It might do a little pump. Something like that. Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Well, look, yeah, but sometimes even sometimes these rugs have bullish tickers, right? And it fucking still is. Yeah, yeah. I had the same. That Fab, I thought it was good too. First American Pope Fab. Yeah, total rug, but a good ticker. It was a good ticker. Yeah, yeah. That's it. Sometimes they have a good ticker. You're bullish on it. You'll be like, yes, right. If they just leave the shop open for, a couple more days, this will pump. But they rug it just the same. Sometimes. Mm, yeah. All right, let's start to look at this Degen show then. Let's turn around. It's boring alt. Let's turn on the yeah. So I'm opening a Bull X, and I kind of had my other device with me today when I was in the hospital, and because I responded a little bit weird to the medication, I wasn't cleared to go for like 3 hours later. Uh, and yeah, but I was like, oh, I'm just gonna reply on X, and then X is giving me a headache, and then at one point I just started shit tokening on that other device I had. Luckily, I had Bullets on there, so I just started to do shit tokens, and I lost 3 Solana. So that was, it was a great day. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because I have Solana on there, not a problem, right? And yeah, I was just sitting there not knowing what to do, right? I would have done something more productive. But what is this Yeah Yeah token? Launched an hour ago. It's at 1 mil. What's going on? What is going on in here? Yeah Yeah. JEJE. Yeah Yeah. Uh, Let me see. Yeah, it's like a PEPE derivative, but the chart looks bullish. What's going on there? All right, let me look at that. Oh, when it's an hour, you do not put it on the minute. Put it on 15 seconds. Yeah, let me see. Oh, actually, it kind of looks good. Uh, Forget it. Oversold or overbought. Yeah, no. No. Yeah, that's a good sign. Yeah, but but it's losing some steam now. But maybe good entry. Not. Hmm? Yeah. Hmm. Some selling pressure coming in. They do have a X. They do have Telegram. Yeah. 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 You know what? I'm gonna ape. Fuck it today. Let's put in 1 Solana. Let's just do it. Let's do it. There you go. Yeah. We always do that. Do you have the right one? It's yeah. It's sitting now at 1.07. Yeah. 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 I have a audit 88 safe. Yeah. 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 It's an hour old. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yeah. That's so, but the thing is pumping. Yeah, yeah, you must be crying. You must be crying. Look, look. Hold on. Stop, stop. I'm seeing something. Hansi, did you just change your PFP to a dog? Is that what's happening in my space again? Is it time to board again? Yes, we've got a new
Hi, how
community
are you
member.
guys?
We got a new community member. Hansi, hello. How you doing? Let's look at your account.
Hello, hello, how are you doing? I just wanted to first of all apologize for the last time I did just messed up. You know, my Wi-Fi just completely rugs me off.
Oh, you have a bad tech day as well, just like me, Hansi. Join the club. It's been horrendous. We shall do better tomorrow. And you know what?
What?
You changed yourself into a dog, so let the party begin.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why not? Absolutely.
Oh, it's so much better than what you had. I just gotta say, I like it already. I like it. Yeah.
What? No. I mean, it's a random. It's random. Absolutely random. It had no meaning at all. I'm gonna change it, man. I'm gonna change it.
Yes, that's so much better, Hansi. Welcome, welcome. I love it. Just what are you saying? What is this? All right, you guys. I'm happy. I'm happy, Hansi. You joined the army, the pack, the dog pack. Welcome, welcome. And start wildly engaging, right? And you're gonna have a lot of fun. I got a shout out. Oh, this is so awful that I cannot like anything because it removes my like, and I don't even know if people get the notification of it. I do not see my notifications for any of you when you post. Those are off somehow. And if I go to the profiles and then touch that bell again, turn it on and off, right? Uh, it still doesn't happen. So there's totally screwed. I don't know. Maybe they have a bug somewhere that they need to fix. We'll see. Hopefully it's better tomorrow. It's just that I do get notifications of the replies coming in on my post, but I cannot reply back. That is so frustrating. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm not on purgatory. I checked on Grok to analyze my account. I'm not shadow banned. I'm completely healthy. Nothing wrong there. No, it's just that the tech is not teching. Normally, even if you're shadow banned, you can still like stuff. You still get notifications of the people that you follow that you wanted notifications from. I don't get any of that. No. And even though I just followed one person and it gave me that I couldn't follow him. And I was like, all right, let me try with a different person, right? Maybe this is something else. And it was like, no, you reached the limit for today. And I was like, I haven't followed anybody today yet. Neither did I follow a lot of people yesterday. So there's something glitchy going on that's not on my end. So I checked with Grok. I was like, am I being suppressed? Am I being like a vaguely shadow banned or even just a little? So I checked my account and it was perfectly healthy and happy. So I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, you know what? I'm just going to sleep a night over it. And hopefully I can still reply to all those people tomorrow. And we're just going to have to deal with that. That is just what's going to happen. So uh, with that said, I kind of had a rough day altogether. Yeah, uphill battle, everything. It was just like going for that IV that would like supposedly take like 2 hours, and that took like 6 hours altogether. I was just like, come on, because I got a fever from it, and they were like, "Oops, yeah, now we cannot let you go. You're not cleared to go." I was like, "It's just a fever. Let me go. I gotta work." But yeah, no. So tomorrow we'll do better. We start winning. I did make some good trades, so at least that's something. So I guess we're gonna all see you tomorrow. Let us play the song more. Yeah, let us play the what's the ticker, and then we'll just skedaddly do on out of here. If it wants to go, come on, my tech. You got it. Here we go. Ika, yeah, Ika. It's Ika. Yeah. Absolutely. You should join spaces. You should join spaces with Ika. It's a lot of fun. All right, you guys. See you tomorrow. Yes. Hansi. Yeah, dog. Your ticker will be back. Your blue tick will be back before you know it.
All right.
All right. Catch you all tomorrow.